So we're talking about the president's tweets over the weekend. On Saturday, around 6 in the morning, he came out and tweeted out that it looks like the Obama administration or the president himself authorized the wiretaps of Trump Tower in right before he actually took office, in the summer and then in the fall.
Right.
Where did this come from? Mark Levin. Where did Mark Levin get it? One of the most outstanding talk show hosts in the country and certainly the most successful. He got it from looking at news reports. If you look at the Washington Post, if you look at the Guardian newspaper, you look at the New York Times, they chronicle these requests, the rejection, all the way through. Right, so, and then everything got reversed.
So last summer, there was a Pfizer request to wiretap his phones. That was denied. Then
Trump Tower.
Exactly.
Because they wanted to look at a server in that building that could be communicating with at least one Russian
But then
bank.
the Pfizer judges did allow it, according to reports, in the fall. And so those are the reports that he's talking about. Mark Levin was on Fox and Friends yesterday.
Can I just stop you one thing, Ainsley? I just want to say that this is the confusing thing. James Clapper said that didn't happen.
According to the New York Times, he hasn't come out publicly.
Director. Yeah.
James Clapper also said there was absolutely no collusion between the Trump administration, Trump campaign, and the Russians. There's no there. Keep in mind that. So what Mark Levin said yesterday on this program was absolutely right. If there was a FISA warrant, let's see it. And if we don't see that, let's see the presidential daily briefing, the PDB. Anyway, here he is yesterday on this here show.
The issue isn't whether the Obama administration spied on the Trump campaign or transition or certain of its surrogates. The issue is the extent of it. They ought to release both FISA court applications where they sought the warrant, the one in the summer and the one in October, so we know exactly what they were doing. That's number one. Number two, Congress needs to see the daily presidential intelligence briefings over the past year or so. Those are the beginnings of a serious investigation.
Okay, and keep in mind, a number of the big dailies across this country have had stories about how there were these wiretaps. Paul Ryan was on Special Report with Bret Baier on Friday, asked him about a FISA warrant. What did he say? You be the judge.
Have you heard that?
Well, again, and like I said, none of us in Congress or anybody that I know in Congress has been presented with evidence to the contrary of what you just said.
So you believe it to be true?
Yeah, that we have seen no evidence that anybody in this campaign or any other American was in on it with the Russians to meddle in our elections. We know they meddled. Russia is an adversary, and that's something we have to work to counteract.
So, no collusion. When James Clapper said when we left office, there was no collusion between the Russian hacking and the Trump campaign /
The question is, did they learn that by wiretapping his phone? Did it actually happen?
Right.
That's why the investigation needs to happen, and that's what the president's asking Congress to do.
You know what also is so telling? FISA almost never rejects. If this story's true, they rejected in July. They looked at it and says, you're going to be one of the 1.00% that we are rejecting. It's such a flimsy request.